What's good, fam? You know who I am, Wealthy Westbrook. Listen, hope you've been taking good care of yourself. Gratitude is the first thing that we need to focus on right now. Today, as you wake up, as you start your day, gratitude. As you work towards success, gratitude is going to be the key component to get everything started. It's the catalyst. You need to look around and be grateful for what you have, for who you are, for everything in your life. The good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly. You need to be grateful for it. So many times we look around and we're like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. And we're upset and we're mad and we're judging and comparing our lives to other people's lives and our success to other people's success. And so I had to jump in this jacuzzi this morning, you know what I'm saying, and really talk my piece. I was working out, you know what I mean, and these jets really help my healing, you know what I'm saying, like my recovery, my scapula here, my back. I was hitting back. And so let me just set this down right here. The point of this video today is that you need to be grateful. I might switch this. You got to be grateful, family, because in order to attract more, you have to be grateful for what you already have. Let me switch this camera like this. You understand me? Like, that's crazy. This camera's crazy. Yeah, you gotta be grateful for what you already have, fam. You know, and that's the key thing, because you're not gonna be able to get more and attract more, have more, and be grateful for more if you're not grateful for what you already have. That's the key right now. Gratitude is the secret to your abundance, to unlocking more blessings. People don't understand that, because what happens is you're focusing on lack. You're focusing on everything you don't have. You're focusing on everything in your life that's missing, everything that's going wrong, all the problems, right? But you're really just ungrateful. You know, you're ungrateful to be alive. You're ungrateful for the opportunity to overcome challenges and struggles. That's what life's about. Life is struggle. That's what Jesus did and said, right? So you need to adopt that mindset. Understand that life is struggle to an extent. I mean, yeah, there's going to be moments of, you know, bliss and enjoyment, obviously, but, you know, there's tons of pain that come with life. You know what I mean? The pain is a part of the game, bro. No pain, no gain. So it's like this. You know, be grateful for the challenges. Be grateful for the setback. Be grateful for you know, the obstacles, you know, because you get better when, you know what I'm saying, when things become more difficult. Like when things become challenging, you step up and you rise to the occasion. That's when you level up. You know what I'm saying? That's when your skill sets start to improve. That's when, you know, you start to think and act more creatively. That feels good right here. You know, and so I encourage you to just be grateful for your life, you know what I'm saying? Be grateful for everything that you got going on. You know, because it could all be taken away, man. You know, everything you got right now, you can't take it for granted. I mean, even the small things, bro, like your hands, your fingers, you know what I'm saying, your breath. You know what I'm saying? Grateful for the sunshine, grateful for the nature, the trees, you know what I'm saying? This towel, my eyeballs, the ability to see, you know, grateful for my skin that covers my organs and things of this nature. Like, you gotta be so grateful on a molecular granular level that, like, you're just grateful for these smallest things. You're just grateful for everything. That's what the key is. Sir. I know sometimes it can be challenging. It can be like, damn, bro, like, you be like, Henry, how am I supposed to be grateful when I have all these problems going on? How am I supposed to be grateful when I'm in credit card debt? How am I supposed to be grateful when my car just got crashed? How am I supposed to be grateful when I just got fired or laid off from my job? How am I supposed to be grateful when, you know, my girl is, you know, playing games? Like, how am I supposed to be grateful when I'm not where I want to be? You know what I'm saying? When I look at myself in the mirror, I'm not happy. Like, how am I supposed to be grateful when I put in all this work and I don't get any results. Like, how am I supposed to be grateful? These are the things you probably think to yourself. And that's normal, but you have to understand, like, there's always beautiful blessings in the gray. There's always blessings in the gray, meaning there's always something good. There's always something good in the bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always a positive. There's always a bright side. There's always something that you can learn. There's always something that you can be taught. There's something that can be taken or extracted from the situation, even if it's seemingly negative at first, that can be transmuted into a positive situation. It's just all how you look at it. It's all how you respond. So many times in life, we just react. But there's a conscious control, and it's a deliberate decision and more of a in-tuned awareness when you make a rational response rather than just an irrational reaction, right? And now the difference here really is when you react, you're emotional. You're low vibrational, you're in your feelings, you're letting your feelings be controlled by the outside world rather than you controlling the outside world with your feelings. Now that's on another level. I'm getting this fly out the hot tub real quick. But that's really the key here. It's like, gotcha, bitch. That's the key. Like, you let the outside world control you too much. Success is all about, maintaining an equilibrium within, like a homeostasis within a regulated nervous system within, maintaining frequency within, not letting the outside world distract you, not letting the outside world or the circumstances of the outside world dictate what you do, how you think, how you feel, right? How you act ultimately. Because that's the secret, right? You need to be grateful for everything going on in your life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and stay true to your vision, stay true to your purpose, stay true to your imagination, and to the life that you're creating. But too many times, the outside world, you got bill collectors and jobs and people and all these different things going on outside, and they affect how you feel inside, right? And then you react because it's just so much stimulus. But I encourage you to learn how to respond, which is going to be you, bitch ass fly, fuck out here. My bad, I lost my language, but yeah, being able to respond is going to be you more poised, more controlled, more conscious, coming from an infinite intelligence when you decide to determine how you feel regardless of what's happening outside, to determine how you're going to act and how you're going to respond regardless, rather than letting that trigger you. You have enough EQ and IQ, right? Emotional control, right? Your quotient, your intellectual quotient, right? You have enough discernment to make proper judgment in that occasion, right? In that circumstance, in that time. So that's what being responsible is, right? When people say, oh, we have a responsibility. Yeah, you're responsible, right? So you have a responsibility to be successful. You have a responsibility to win in life. You have a responsibility to show up on camera just like this if you have the calling. And if you're not showing up on camera to do this, then what are you doing? Maybe you just need some help. Maybe you need some guidance. I would encourage you to book a call with me down below, link in the description. Book a free call with me. We can figure out what maybe it's some mental blocks, maybe something like that. What is going on in your life that's going to help, help you take you to the next level once you figure it out. Like a lot of you, or a lot of us, just generally speaking, we don't want to seek help. I know for the longest time, I still sometimes struggle with this, to be honest. And it's like asking for help, like going to seek help, taking the help, getting the help, the support, the guidance. But trust me, fam, the times when I've said, forget it, let me humble myself, cut the ego, ask for help, say, hey, listen, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this means. Can you help me? Please, I need your help. Like when I put myself out there vulnerably, a lot of times, you'd be surprised how people want to help you. And that's really what I'm here for. I want to help you if you want the help, or just keep watching videos, keep trying to do what you want to do. But like I said, you can book a call with me. It's free. If it's something that we decide is a good fit mutually, we can decide, how we're going to actually take it to the next level and implement the Westbrook's method into your lifestyle, into your business to help you scale. Ideally, my goal is to help you reach your first 6 figures plus, right? So if you're working, if you're an entrepreneur, depending on what you do in life, I'm going to show you how to essentially tap into a frequency and change your mindset in a way that now you can see your value, you can see your worth, and you can start to look at your time different. right? And you can start to conduct yourself different, right? I'm going to teach you about sales. I'm going to teach you about psychology. I'm going to teach you about emotions. I'm going to teach you about your chakras and energy, right? We're going to talk about persuasion, and we're going to talk a little bit about what it takes to sell, right? The pitch, the product, right? Whatever it is that you do, right? And then also your systems in place, right? Things of this nature, your back end systems, your front end systems, all these different things I want to talk to you about and figure out what it's going to take for you to go from what, maybe $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month to finally breaking through to that $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month plus. And that way you can start to say, hey, you know what, I'm hanging this six-figure stuff, and then you can start to make investments with your six figures. You can reinvest into bigger mentorships, bigger courses, bigger programs, bigger trips, bigger seminars, bigger excursions and retreats and things of this nature, man. My life has been so blessed ever since I've done these types of things. I never pictured myself. I mean, I did picture it, so it's kind of like surreal. And oftentimes I have to kind of pinch myself, because like I look around at my life, I'm like, this is exactly what I pictured actually. So it's kind of just like, it doesn't really surprise me. It's almost like you don't even think about it. But yeah, I'm in a nice jacuzzi, huge jacuzzi. You know what I'm saying? It's gorgeous. Pool over there, it's gorgeous. You know, just got a beautiful new loft. It's gorgeous. I'm saying it's beautiful sunny days, palm trees. Everything's new, everything's fresh. I'm talking to you. I'm making a living doing what I love. Like, I'm living my dream, you know. And sometimes I gotta really reflect and be mindful and so grateful that I'm doing everything that I want to do in life. I'm doing everything that I said I was gonna do. I'm doing everything that God wants me to do. And that's what I want you to do. God wants you to answer the call. God wants you to do what He's telling you to do. What is God telling you to do? What's in your heart? What's on your mind? Go for it. You can't be afraid. You can't quit on yourself. Time is ticking. Life is not as long as you think it is. Yeah, you got time, but it's short at the same time, fam. Maybe, maybe you're 24, maybe you're 25. If you live till you're 75, you got 50 summers left. You only got 50 summers left, fam. Or 60 summers, 85. But to do the math, like, your time is something that you don't want to just take for granted and assume, oh, I'll just do it next year or next week, or maybe, like, no, do it now. Go for it now. What's the worst that can happen? I've taken so many risks. I've put so much on the line. I've spent my last dollar when I didn't even have it. I've invested in myself when I couldn't even afford it, when it didn't make sense. But that's the whole idea. If it made sense, then you would already have the result, right? Just think about this. I want you to understand, if you were already aware of what you needed to do to get to the next level, you would already be doing it, right? So here's the thing. For me to tell you, explain to you, here, this is what you actually need to do, it might not make sense to you because you've never done it before. You've never put that neuronic connection in your brain. Like, you've never made that pathway connection. So that's the problem with most people that have self-limiting beliefs. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in their abilities. They don't believe in themselves at all. In fact, they doubt themselves. And my goal here is to help you and show you that you can do anything you want to do in life. You don't need a lot of money to travel. You don't need a lot of money. But my life's been blessed, man. I just got back from Thailand not long ago. I was, swimming in the coral, swimming with fish and sea turtles, and you feel me? I was feeding elephants and petting tigers, bro, eating tropical fruit. You know what I'm saying, fam? I was really out there on the boat. You know what I'm saying? Really living good. Chicken skewers and all of that. 5-star resorts. You know what I'm saying? Villas, big views. You know what I'm saying, man? And I'm just so grateful, to be in a position. I was out there, bro, as a content creator. I get so blessed. Like, I've worked with I lost count, 200 plus brands, companies all across the world at this point. They send me products. I make advertisements. I make UGC, user-generated content, right? So I create content or ads that convert ultimately for the brand, whether it's an unboxing, a testimonial, in action, etc. I model clothes, I do product demos, things of that nature. And oftentimes I also get invited to experiences. So I was blessed to be out in Bangkok and Phuket, Thailand, bro, where my accommodations were covered. My accommodations were free, bro. Like, I stayed in two beautiful hotels for free. Not like, go on my Instagram, check it out, link in the description. But that wouldn't have happened if I didn't put myself out there. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't believe in myself, if I didn't build my personal brand, if I didn't start to network, and take the risk. If I believed in what everybody else is telling me, oh, why would you do this? Why would you do that? You can't do this. Go get a regular job. Oh, why are you doing marketing? Oh, that's weird. You can't. Like, bro, you got to just stick to what you know is good for you, what you know is going to work for you. I've always loved marketing. I've always loved cameras. I've always loved communication. That's what I've been doing since I was younger. I've always, just excelled in class. I was always very articulate, very well versed, very good at everything, just smart. You know what I'm saying? School was easy for me. College was easy for me. I was really easy to talk to. A lot of people would just rock with me. Like I had a lot of friends and acquaintances because I was just cool. The older I became, the wiser I got as far as, your circle and things of that nature. I didn't make the best decisions always, but I didn't make the worst decisions. And so I was always just aware of man, I got to make something happen with life. And that's what I think that you're here thinking is you want to do something with your life. You want to make something happen with your life. And you're like, how do I do it? The first thing you need to do is just be grateful for what you have right now. Look at your life and just be grateful. Even if you're at zero, if you're at rock bottom, be grateful, because now the only way you can go is up. Now the only way you can go is up. Be grateful for that. I've been at the bottom, down and out. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like, really having to wonder, like, okay, how am I going to get this paid? How am I going to pay for that? Like, I know, or, just having situations or relationships where you feel like, you losing control. You get in your head and your emotions, and you got anxiety and you can't really focus because there's just so much going on. The weight of the world is just heavy sometimes. But trust me, God has got your back. God will never put you through anything that you can't get through. God is putting you on this path, this quest, fam, to test you, to see if you're really about that life, because you are about that life. So it's time for you to step up, own it. You got this. You're not going to fail. I know sometimes you believe like you don't know how, and that's going back to the part where it doesn't make sense, but you just got to believe in yourself. Take the risk. Take the leap of faith. Even if you can't see how it's going to happen, even if you think it's impossible, go for it. Even when it doesn't make sense, do it. I've done things that I would be like, normally the old version of myself was like, why would you do that? But now I see why, right? Because I listen to successful people. I listen to my mentors, right? I see why people do certain things. It's the mindset. It's the way that you operate. And it's how you see the world. It's how you relate to the world. Okay? If you want to be a certain thing, you need to first get in alignment with it. You need to be in alignment with that best version of you. You want to attract more money. You want to attract more women. You want to attract the car, more houses, or, more lifestyle wins, and you want to attract more success or better everything. You need to be in alignment with it. A better body, you're in alignment with it. Eating healthier foods. Better girl, better woman, you need to be in alignment with it. Taking care of yourself. Your fashion, your looks, your confidence. You want a better business, be in alignment with it. Better customer service, better, marketing, better product, right? Like, get in alignment with what you want. You can't just expect what you want to just happen. First, assume that it's already done. Now that you assume that it's already done, work from reverse. Work backwards. Ask yourself, analyze, self-assess, and say, okay, now that it's already done, what did I do to get here? What did I do to get here? What steps did I take that got me here, right? Use your imagination. Remember when you were younger, you could just run around, play around, and just have so much fun and imagine? You could just pretend everything. You would play pretend, literally. Now everybody's so realistic. Oh, that's unrealistic. Oh, keep it real. Bro, do you know how many people live lives that are unrealistic? Do you know how many people live lives that are unrealistic? People fly private jets to and fro across the country, spending hundreds and thousands of dollars, millions on cars and food and luxury, and they give millions to communities and they donate millions to charities. People have huge businesses with massive amounts of employees. People have beautiful homes, with immaculate views and fantastic, elegant architecture. Like, people live unbelievable lives, bro. Unrealistic to you. But what does that even mean, to be realistic? So many times they tell you, oh, be realistic. Don't do that. That's not realistic. Bro, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? I got a tattoo on my chest that says reality is for people without imagination. Do you think that Steve Jobs looked at the world and saw as, took it for what it was as reality? Like, no, he didn't. But he was like, okay, this is reality, but I'm going to imagine a different reality and create an iPhone where I can talk to people and see you on my phone, just like this. That wasn't reality, but he used his imagination, right? Reality is for people without imagination. If you have an imagination, you can literally manipulate and reconstruct your reality. You can create your reality. You are the creator of your reality, fam. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to wake you up to get you to understand that you create your reality. Everything that's going on in your world is because of you. All the thoughts you have, all the feelings you have, everything that you do, that's what's controlling and dictating your vibration. That's what's controlling your frequency. That's what's controlling your paradigm. And your paradigm is nothing more than a set of beliefs on how you see the world. So first we need to change how you see yourself. That way we can change how you see the world. My name is Henry Aaron Westbrook. If this video was helpful for you, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right? Everything you need is linked in the description. Get with me. I really want to help you out. Okay? As always, stay happy, healthy, wealthy, blessed, and focus on success, man. When you see me drop another video, you already know what to do, man. Peace.